until we're educating every kid in a fantastic way, until every inner city is cleaned up, there is no shortages of things to do. In K-12, almost everybody goes to local schools. Universities are a bit different because kids actually do pick the university. The bizarre thing, though, is that the merit of university is actually how good the students going in are. The SAT scores of the kids going in. I think there are a lot of people who would be buying and selling online today that go up there and they get the information. But then when it comes time to type in their credit card, they think twice because they're not sure about how that might get out and what that might mean for them. I've always been amazed by Da Vinci, because he worked out science on his own. He would work by drawing things and writing down his ideas. Of course, he designed all sorts of flying machines way before you could actually build something like that. The thing about HD DVD that is attractive to Microsoft is that it's very pro-consumer in letting you copy all movies up onto the hard disk, even with cameras being very cheap. One thing that researchers noticed was that you look really bad in a video conference image because the lighting is bad and you get shadows and things. I'm sorry that we have to have a Washington presence. We thrived during our first 16 years without any of this. I never made a political visit to Washington and we had no people here. It wasn't on a radar screen. We were just making great software. Certainly I'll never be able to put myself in the situation that people growing up in the less developed countries are in. I've gotten a bit of a sense of it by being out there and meeting people and talking with them. Well, I think any author or musician is anxious to have legitimate sales of their products, partly so they're rewarded for their success, partly so they can go on and do new things. The trouble with energy farming is that the energy isn't always where you want to use it, and it isn't always when you want to use it. Considering their impact, you might expect mosquitoes to get more attention than they do. Sharks kill fewer than a dozen people every year. And in the US they get a week dedicated to them on TV every year. One of the statistics that always amazes me is the approval of the Chinese government, not elected, is over 80%. The approval of the US government, fully elected, is 19%. Well, we elected these people and they didn't elect those people. Isn't it supposed to be different? Aren't we supposed to like the people that we elected? When you revolutionize education, you're taking the very mechanism of how people be smarter and do new things, and you're priming the pump for so many incredible things. When you revolutionize education, you're taking the very mechanism of how people be smarter and do new things, and you're priming the pump for so many incredible things. In order to deal with all the medical cost demands and other challenges in the US, as we look to raise that revenue, the rich will have to pay slightly more. That's quite clear. Although I don't have a prescription for what others should do, I know I have been very fortunate and feel a responsibility to give back to society in a very significant way.